Our first guest is an Academy Award-nominated actress who stars in a new film entitled I Am Sam. It opens December 28th. Here's the lovely Michelle Pfeiffer. Wow. Nice to see you. Well, this is great.
Nice.
I want to tell you.
You tell them to do that?
No, are you kidding? I can barely get him to pay attention. That's lovely.
That's very nice.
Now, I want to say something here, and I don't want to be stupid about this, and forgive me if it seems untoward or clumsy, but I've seen you in films, and I've seen you on other shows and stuff, but I've never seen you like here, and oh my God. You know what I mean? It's just, you just look fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you.
And thank you for being on the show.
Oh.
Can I get you anything?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have you here, for heaven's sake.
Maybe a heater.
Yeah, we like to keep a little chilly.
Are you guys freezing?
Yeah.
You should tell your guests to dress in layers.
Now let's talk a little bit about things to try to break some ice here. We've wanted you to be on the show, and after I saw in '88 the fabulous Baker Brothers, I just thought, oh my God, can you get any better than this? And that's when I really got excited about, well, let's see. And of course we couldn't, and now here you are, like 20 years later. I'm always interested because we don't want to repeat mistakes we may have made in the past. Was there a reason that we were unable to make this booking straight away?
Well, do you remember I was booked on the show and I didn't show up?
That's right. I do remember that. It was like a year ago or something?
Oh no, it was a while ago. I thought you might be a little upset with me.
Yeah.
So it's taken me this long to get my courage to come back.
Oh, well, that's very sweet. But yeah, I'm never serious about what did I say?
Oh. I don't know, actually.
So you thought you had irritated me?
I thought perhaps I had irritated you.
No.
Yeah.
I'm accustomed to women like you standing me up. Let's talk about, did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
I did. Actually had a fabulous Thanksgiving.
Well, what did you do?
My whole family came over, and we had so much food, and everybody got along, and nobody was fighting, nobody was feuding, and it was really lovely. That
sounds nice.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. And normally are there fights and feuds?
Yeah.
But that's the dynamic that I think makes families interesting, don't you? That we
have a very interesting family.
Yeah. Tell me about what you did before you became an actress in films.
I had many jobs, and
where were you born?
I was born in Orange County, and the last job I had, or the job that I had while I was pursuing acting, was I worked at a supermarket.
I worked at a supermarket as well.
Is that right?
Yeah. How old were you when you started at the market?
I was about 19, I think, when I started working at the supermarket.
16.
Yeah. And what did you do?
Well, they started me bagging. I started bagging.
Bagging, yeah.
And then
I was a bag girl as well.
Yeah.
Worked your way up.
Worked my way up to, eventually did, it was in produce.
Produce.
Yeah, produce, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I got
I never
to
made
spray
it
the
to
lettuce
produce.
and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good experience, isn't it?
Yeah. But weren't you a stock clerk at one point?
Yeah, I stocked the shelves and everything. Yeah.
So could you tie the stem of a maraschino cherry with your tongue?
You know, that wasn't required when I...
Really?
No, I didn't. That never came up.
Really?
Really?
Oh.
You can do
I
that?
thought all stock clerks knew how
Not
to do
me.
that.
No.
Oh.
No siree.
The ones at Vaughn's did.
At what point when you were working in the supermarket did you think, oh, maybe I could be an actress? Did you always think you could be an actress?
Well, my mother did, given my dramatics as a child, but it may have been her comments that drove me to it. But no, I had always wanted to but it was so far from any kind of reality where I grew up. I didn't know any actors. I didn't come from any kind of artistic background, really, per se. And I was checking groceries one day, and there was a woman who was arguing with me about the prices of her cantaloupes. And
I know that woman. Yeah.
she came to your store, too.
I've had that argument,
Yeah.
sure.
But I don't suppose she lived in Leisure World.
No.
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 Okay. Different woman. And that was a turning point for me.
Had you done any acting like in high school?
I
or?
did.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the few classes I actually attended.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the first thing you were able to do then professionally after you left the supermarket?
Well, I think my first acting job was one line on Fantasy Island.
Oh, Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
That used to be the thing with the plane
Yeah.
and the guy.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
You know what it was?
That thing.
It was the guy, Paul, the guy.
Tattoo.
No, the guy.
Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Welcome to Fantasy
That's right.
Island.
And what was your line? Do you recall?
Who is he, Naomi?
And there you go. And that's all you need to know. Who is he, Naomi? You know what else is that? Scarface. Man, that was an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
That's one of those where anytime you
Light
happen,
one.
oh boy, whenever you see like a glimpse of it when they run it on a cable outlet or something, it's just you're like there for the whole day.
It became such a cult film.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, very unexpected.
Yeah, and the Baker boys, did you like doing that? I mean,
I loved doing that movie.
Baker brothers, Baker boys.
Boys.
Baker boys. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to just let it go.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, I appreciate it.
yeah, I loved making that movie, and I had actually read that script maybe 5 years prior to doing it.
Is that right?
Yeah, and you know, like many young filmmakers, you know, Steve had a hard time getting it made, and but I always I mean, that's a very kind of almost a once in a lifetime part.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever get
Boys are great.
You ever get yourself in a situation? It happens to me on a regular basis here, where you know there's something going on, but you just kind of put it in the back of your mind, and then you sort of pretend to forget about it, and then all of a sudden, oh God, it's this. You know what I'm talking about, like in a script or something.
It's called denial, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that ever happen? Like when you love something and you think, okay, but it's got this one thing, but I ain't gonna worry about it till.
Yeah. Actually, that happens to me a lot. I have amazing powers of denial when I really, really want to do something, but there's something really, really scary in it. And you read it, but it just doesn't quite penetrate. And
Right.
the piano scene was actually one of those moments in the scene. Thanks. But it's a kind of a do or die scene,
Right.
and I didn't really think about it until the day came to shoot it, and I thought, I have to stand and sing on top of a piano in a red dress. I could look really foolish doing this, but fortunately, Steve just was, just said, trust me.
Yeah. Steve had nothing to do with it.
No.
I'm telling you, believe me.
No, but
Whoever Steve is, he had nothing to do with it.
But
You just look great.
But it could. Well, thank you, Dave. But it could have been real cornball too, in the wrong hands.
No, I understand. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. We have some videotape here, and we can show it. You're married to that TV guy, aren't you?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
It's David Kelly. He likes every program on television is David Kelly. Does that after a while get on your nerves? Oh, I'm Mr. TV. Look at me, I'm Mr. TV.
Well, it seems to irritate you a bit.
Well, yeah.
Good. No, I know. Actually, you know, he doesn't write all the time. Actually, we do see him. Yeah.
And do you ever think, well, I'd like to be, put me in? Are you ever on those shows? You've been on those shows.
Oh, I snuck in one once.
You sneaked on a show.
Yeah, I sneaked on a show. It was Picket Fences, which I miss very much. And
They used to be right here at CBS, Friday nights, Picket Fences. Yeah.
And you know, he's a real practical joker, my husband, and he had played a big practical joke on somebody in the office, and the producer leaned over and he said, "You want to get him back?" And I mean, there was no reason for me to get him back, but I think he said, "Do you want to get him?"
Right.
Because he's hard to get. And so anyway, he said, "We'll sneak you in the show and not tell him." And a long time went by, and then he wrote this episode about, you know, it was kind of twisted.
The show was enigmatic as it was. It was
Yeah,
strange
yeah.
to begin
And
with.
this one, you know, and it is kind of a, you know, funny sense of humor. And it was about a masseuse who was murdered. And it was, in doing the investigation of the murder, they discovered that he was performing a procedure, a little extra called the squiggle on some of his clients. And so they were interviewing all of his female clients. And I was one of them.
And you were one of them?
I
Yeah.
got the squiggle.
And your husband didn't know anything about it until he
didn't.
sees the show?
Well, then months go by, and I had actually forgotten about it, and I was back in my bedroom breastfeeding my child, and I can see that I have to watch myself.
No, I just, I don't. I mean,
apologize.
it's, you know, it's a lovely image. I just didn't know if we were. No, it's perfectly natural and fine. I just didn't, you know. I didn't.
See, this is why I shouldn't do these shows.
No, you can. No, you're fine.
Anyway, he came back and said, "Is there something you'd like to tell me?" There's really no punchline to the story other than we did get him.
That's a great story.
It doesn't get any better.
Let's knock through some of these, and you just say anything you want about them. Batman Returns, and for my money, that was the best Batman right there. Michael Keaton was Batman. I thought he was great. I thought you were great. Was that fun? You guys were.
It was really fun. It was hard work. Just the physicality of it all. The suit was impossible, but it was really, really fun, and it was really, you know, I think just such a joy to be in a Tim Burton movie because I'm such a big fan of his.
The Age of Innocence. It's a lovely piece of work, wasn't it?
That was fun too. Yeah.
That was amazing. Dude, where's my car?
Oh,
Wait a minute. Oh no, that's my bill from Blockbuster. I'm sorry, I don't. Let's do you mind? Can we show this tape or not? Do you mind if we show the tape?
Oh, is this of I Am Sam?
No, we'll get to that.
No, what is this?
This is the Miss California pageant, 1978. What do you think?
I'm game.
Okay. You remember how old? You were just a kid, 1978, obviously. And were you Miss California?
Sort of, yeah.
No, not sort of. You either are or
Well,
you're
it was a very confusing pageant.
You can't pretend you're Miss California.
Well, I don't even remember.
Perhaps the videotape will provide us with a clue. Here we go, Miss California pageant, 1978.
There are also oil paints. She'd like to become an actress.
Mexican food is her favorite, and her measurements are 33, 24, 34.
Wow. Yes, you were Miss California. Now let's talk about the movie I Am Sam.
I Am Sam.
I Am Sam. This is Sean Penn is also in the film?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the story of a mentally challenged single parent fighting for custody for his soon-to-be 8-year-old daughter, and he and his friends realize that he needs a lawyer, so they go through the yellow pages and they find the biggest ad, and they decide that must be the best agency, and so he comes to visit me, and I tell him that I can't really be bothered with him. He can't afford me. And anyway, and then I lie to my colleagues and tell them that I indeed am taking him on pro bono when indeed I'm lying. And he then shows up to the office to ask me if I have the referral that I had promised him.
Okay, so this is a first meeting or a second meeting?
It's a second meeting.
Okay, you and Sean Penn?
Me and Sean Penn.
That's right, okay.
Yeah. I am Sam.
I am Sam, take a look. Looks very sweet, very sweet. And when can we see that? It opens
December 28th.
December 28th. Sam, I am Sam.
I am Sam.
I am Sam. Well, God, it's a pleasure to have you
Thank
here.
you.
And I hope you come back in
I
another
will.
12 years or something. Michelle Pfeiffer, everybody. We'll be right back with Dennis Regan.